Hi guys, good morning. I hope everyone is fine. So let's start with today's session. We are going to discuss questions related to first five chapters. Basically, we are going to discuss different health insurance products. So we will be doing questions related to different health insurance products. So we have covered IP insurance, critical illness, long-term care, PMI, and their group cover. So we will be doing a lot of questions related to the basic understanding of these type of products. So as we have already discussed in orientation lecture as well, that it's difficult that you get a question based on solely individual question based on these chapters, but these chapters will actually form a base of your upcoming chapters. So you need to do these chapters very carefully so that your base is strong. The point is that we need to have a good base while doing these chapters. So let's start with the first question of the day. Let's start with easy questions and then we will make the questions difficult. So question says, a health and care insurance company writes first part critical illness policies secured by level premiums throughout the term of the policy, and second part says long term care insurance policies secured by a single premium paid at the start of the contract. So this is provided to you in the question that we have a health and insurance company, and that company is writing critical illness policies which are secured by level premiums throughout the term of the policy, and that company is also writing long-term care insurance policy which is secured by a single premium paid at the start of the contract. Now question says, describe how new business strain is likely to arise in each case. So for 4 marks, you are supposed to comment that how the new business strain is likely to arise. So 5 minutes for making the points and then we will start discussing. बी स्पेसिफिक विद व्हाट द क्वेश्चन सेज यू एंड देन कमेंट. आपको स्पेसिफिकली एक ही चीज पे कमेंट करना है कि न्यू बिजनेस ट्रेन कैसे दोनों केसेस में अराइज होगा. So take two policies as an example and comment that how new business strain is likely to rise in each case. Guys, let's discuss now. So, question says a health and care insurance company writes critical illness policies secured by level premiums throughout the term of the policy. Now it's a critical illness policy secured by level premiums. तो न्यू बिजनेस ट्रेन सबसे पहले हम डिस्कस करते हैं कि क्या होता है. सो बेसिकली न्यू बिजनेस ट्रेन मतलब जब आपका इनिशियल एसेट शेयर इज लेस देन योर रिजर्व्स एंड योर सॉल्वेंसी कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट. अब इनिशियल एसेट शेयर मतलब जो प्रीमियम्स आप रिसीव कर रहे हो माइनस योर इनिशियल एक्सपेंसेस, बेसिकली दैट इज लेस देन द सम ऑफ सुपरवाइजरी रिजर्व्स एंड दैट इज लेस देन द सम ऑफ योर सॉल्वेंसी कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट. तो वी हैव न्यू बिजनेस ट्रेड. अब अगर मैं क्रिटिकल इलनेस इंश्योरेंस की बात करूं तो यहाँ पर हमें बोला है कि इट इज सिक्योर्ड बाय लेवल प्रीमियम्स थ्रू आउट द टर्म ऑफ द पॉलिसी. दैट मीन्स इट्स अ रेगुलर प्रीमियम कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. तो रेगुलर प्रीमियम में जनरली इनिशियल ईयर्स में एसेट शेयर नेगेटिव होता है बिकॉज वी हैव लॉट ऑफ एक्सपेंसेस इनकर्ड एट द स्टार्ट ऑफ द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट. कमीशन एक्सपेंस, मार्केटिंग एक्सपेंस, सेल्स एक्सपेंस, underwriting expense, policy documentation expense, and that is much higher than the initial premium that you receive in the very first year. And reserves may at least be zero because of supervisory restrictions, plus solvency capital may also be required too. So initial years में इतना premium नहीं होता जितना खर्चा होता है. अब हम लॉन्ग टर्म केयर इंश्योरेंस की बात करते हैं, विच इज सिक्योर्ड बाय अ सिंगल प्रीमियम. Though, even though you have a large positive net cash inflow in form of single premium, but it is common to have new business strain. So because generally क्या होता है new business strain का मतलब ये नहीं है कि it's always your premiums are less than your expenses. It can occur because of valuation basis being stronger than premium basis too, and there is a requirement to hold large amount of solvency capital. तो यहाँ पर new business strain आने का reason क्या है कि आपका premium आपके expenses से बहुत कम है. और यहाँ पर न्यू बिजनेस ट्रेन आने का रीजन क्या है कि ऑल्दो आपको एक सिंगल प्रीमियम मिल रहा है जो कि बहुत बड़ा लार्ज पॉजिटिव नेट कैश इनफ्लो है, बट स्टिल वैल्यूएशन बेसिस जो आप यूज कर रहे हो दैट इज वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग कंपेयर टू प्रीमियम बेसिस, and there is a requirement to hold solvency capital as well. So because of that particular reason, in level premiums we have a new business train, and in single premium also how we can have new business train. So this is a good question just to understand the basics of new business train. Now let's move to next question. So next question now. इजी वन, मैं अभी आपको सिर्फ पहले आज की क्लास में सिर्फ बेसिक क्वेश्चंस कवर करवा ली. So now question says compare and contrast the cover provided by critical illness and income protection insurance policies. So this is for 6 marks, and second part says describe the types of individual for which each of CI and IP insurance policies might be suitable. So this is for 3 marks. Total question is for 9 marks. So पहले पार्ट में आपको कंपेयर और कंट्रास्ट, मतलब बेसिकली यू नीड टू फाइंड आउट द डिफरेंसेस एज वेल एज द कॉमन थिंग्स बिटवीन क्रिटिकल इलनेस पॉलिसी एंड इनकम प्रोटेक्शन पॉलिसी. Your second part says describe the type of individual for which each of the CI and IP insurance policies might be suitable. So 9 marks question. Take your time and start attempting. Guys, let's start discussing. अब देखो, लेट्स डिस्कस इन डिटेल बोथ क्रिटिकल इलनेस एज वेल एज इनकम प्रोटेक्शन इंश्योरेंस. तो सबसे पहले अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं, आईपी क्या करता है? इट इज बेसिकली इंडेमनिफाइंग पॉलिसी होल्डर्स अगेंस्ट लॉस ऑफ इनकम व्हाइल दे आर प्रिवेंटेड फ्रॉम वर्किंग बिकॉज ऑफ इंजरी और सिकनेस. So IP is basically indemnifying policyholders against loss of income. Okay. Now what is CI doing? It provides fixed lump sum monetary benefit as a result of insured event occurring. Okay. So can we say both IP and CI basically they provide cash benefits rather than indemnity for the policyholder? ठीक है. सो दोनों ही इंडेमनिटी मतलब कैश बेनिफिट्स प्रोवाइड करते हैं. एंड दोनों के केसेस में जैसे आईपी इंश्योरेंस बेसिकली प्रोवाइड्स रेगुलर इनकम until the policy holder is able to return to work or the policy term ends, whichever occurs first. What else? CI हमने भी डिस्कस किया कि CI basically provides a fixed lump sum monetary benefit. तो CI benefits can be linked to inflation index as well. ठीक है. एंड फॉर सीआई जनरली द इंश्योर्ड इवेंट इज स्पेसिफाइड इन टर्म्स ऑफ कॉजेस की अ लिस्ट ऑफ इलनेसेस और अ लिस्ट ऑफ मेडिकल पेमेंट्स दैट लीड टू द पेमेंट ऑफ सम इंश्योर्ड दैट इज ऑलरेडी स्पेसिफाइड. ठीक है. सो कवर सीआई में इज मच मोर रिस्ट्रिक्टेड देन द कवर व्हिच इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय आईपी because IP can provide cover for repeated occurrences of the insured event. Maybe basically the inability to earn a normal age आपको उसमें cover मिलेगा. So insured event is specified in terms of outcomes rather than in terms of causes. But CI is specified in terms of causes. So we can say that basically cover is much more restricted than the cover which is provided by IP. So why? Because in IP, So IP cover basically do not cease until the death of the policyholder or end of the term. लेकिन CI can provide cover for just a single occurrence of the insured event. So CI is basically an accelerated form of life insurance, whereas IP insurance is more like in health pre-retirement pension. So IP do not cease until the death. So we can say IP is more like ill health pre-retirement pension, CI is more like accelerated form of life insurance. So, in nutshell, you should be aware of the differences where both CI and IP basically provide cash benefits, and IP is to indemnify policyholders against loss of income. Policyholder will always suffer some loss as a result of the insured event. So basically, IP provides regular income until the policyholder is returning to work. CI provides fixed lump sum monetary benefit, and CI benefits can be linked to inflation index also. So for IP, the cover is specified in terms of outcomes. For CI, the cover is specified in terms of causes. That's why cover is much more restricted than the cover provided by IP. Okay, and IP do not cease until the death of the policyholder. CI provides cover for a single occurrence of the insured event. Now, if we talk about individuals, basically this second question that describe the type of individual for which each of CI and IP might be suitable. The person who has basically employed person whose employer provides sick pay scheme together with occupational pension scheme, उनको IP insurance की जरूरत नहीं है. So IP is basically providing cover for long term absence from work. So अगर आपका employer आपको ये चीज दे रहा है तो आपको IP की जरूरत नहीं है. Whereas IP is much more required by self-employed person who would have an immediate need for IP insurance irrespective of whether they are dependents or not. So CI would generally be suitable for those individuals who think they can become critically ill and they have debts to be repaid, or they have some lost income to be replaced, or they want some cover for retirement care for treatment. So CI is much more suitable for those who feel that they are going to be critically ill and they require comprehensive medical care and they are not getting that medical care. So more of self-employed person, and IP would be more suitable by those who are not getting any protection in case of sickness from their company wise. So in case you want to note it down, just note it down fast and then we are moving to the next question. So this was a good basic question. अभी आज की क्लास में we are just covering the basic questions so that you guys are comfortable with type of products. And एक और क्लास हम लोग लेंगे जिसमें we will do more of difficult application style questions from these chapters and then we will wind up. So the more you become comfortable with the basics and understanding of each type of policy, the better it will be for you for the coming chapters. Now let's move to the next question. Next question says, outline the uncertainties individuals might face when trying to assess their long term care needs in old age. So, for 5 marks, question says, outline the uncertainties that individuals might face when trying to assess their long term care needs in old age. So, 5 marks outlining question, 5 to 7 minutes time, start attempting. So let's discuss, outline the uncertainties individuals might face when trying to assess their long-term care needs in old age. So what are the uncertainties that individuals face when basically they are trying to assess their long-term care needs? So सबसे पहला uncertainty can be with respect to the individuals that मतलब probability that individuals need care in long term. हमें तो यही नहीं पता कि what's the likelihood that individuals would actually require some form of care in long term. What else? We are not sure about the level of extent of care that is required. We are not sure about the length of time for which the care is required. Okay. So there can be uncertainty with respect to level of medical advances as well, because the level of care is actually dependent on medical advances, technological advances. What else? Level of uncertainty or the extent of care is also dependent on the support that you're getting from the family. Uh, Also, the uncertainty can be with respect to longevity, because obviously there is uncertainty that if, because we are basing everything on the average expectations for individuals. And there can be uncertainty because with respect to improvements in mortality as well. So आपको यही सारी चीजें assess करनी होती है when you are assessing long term care needs. Anything else that you have pointed out, feel free to mention it in the chat section. You can note it down. Okay, let's move now to the next question. Next question says, for 4 marks, suggest reasons why accident and emergency treatment would not usually be covered under PMI policy. So this is for 4 marks. Ki आपको ये बताना है कि एक्सीडेंट और इमरजेंसी ट्रीटमेंट जनरली पीएमआई पॉलिसी में कवर क्यों नहीं होता. So for 4 marks, start attempting. So let's discuss now. So question says, suggest reasons why accident and emergency treatment would not usually be covered under PMI policy. So why this type of treatment is not covered under PMI contract? Because basically ना accident and emergency जो treatment होता है, it's a service which is provided by state. तो PMI contract में इसको cover ही नहीं करते because ये तो state से मिल ही रहा है. And what else? Because the nature of treatment is like this, कि you cannot perform claim assessment and validation in this accident and emergency treatment which is needed for other PMI claims. And आप इसके अंदर you cannot impose conditions like pre-authorization of claims before treatment is received because policyholder may not be capable of making decisions on contacting the insurer. And what else? Generally, basically, it may not be feasible for private hospitals to provide fast and reliable emergency services, which may be required under PMI contract. ठीक है, so this is a good question कि basically PMI के अंदर emergency care क्यों नहीं include करते. Let's do one more question and then we will wind up. Let's start doing next question. Last question of the day. Question says, describe advantages, disadvantages for a private medical insurer of controlling claim costs in each of the following ways. तो आपको तरीके बताए हैं, आपको एडवांटेजेस डिसएडवांटेजेस के लिए कमेंट करना है. को इंश्योरेंस अरेंजमेंट, whereby insurer pays 75% of each and every claim. No claim discount scheme with 10% discount after one claim free year and 25% discount after two claim free years. After a claim, discount level reverts to 0%. Third one is maximum claim payment of 10,000 in any policy year And last one, excess of 1000 applied to each and every claim. So this is for 8 marks, and you have basically lot of details in the question. You need to use the details and comment on advantages, disadvantages of controlling claim costs in each of the following ways. So start attempting. Guys, let's just discuss this question. So, describe advantages, disadvantages for a private medical insurer of controlling claim costs in each of the following ways. जब आपको चार तरीके गिवन है तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपके एडवांटेजेस डिसएडवांटेजेस एक एक तरीका उठाओ और उसके एडवांटेजेस डिसएडवांटेजेस पे यू नीड टू कमेंट. So first is saying co-insurance arrangement whereby insurer pays 75% of each and every claim. अब इसके क्या फायदे होंगे बेसिकली when it's a co-insurance arrangement तो आपका claim cost पे control है because the cost is shared with the policy holder. So premiums will be more competitive as a result because अब co-insurance है तो premiums आप कम भी रख सकते हो तो this will lead to high sales as well and claim administration cost but at the same time will also be high because of the need to maintain this, and there is no limit on the amount that insurer can have to pay because 75% sharing है तो कोई limit नहीं. So there is no limit to the amount that policyholder has to pay as well. So this represents risk for the policyholder as well. नेक्स्ट हम देखते हैं नो क्लेम डिस्काउंट स्कीम विद 10% डिस्काउंट आफ्टर वन क्लेम फ्री ईयर एंड 25% डिस्काउंट आफ्टर टू क्लेम फ्री ईयर्स आफ्टर अ क्लेम डिस्काउंट लेवल रिवर्ट्स टू 0%. ठीक है, सो आप छोटे छोटे बेसिकली क्या होएगा कि इट विल एनकरेज पॉलिसी होल्डर टू पे फॉर स्मॉल क्लेम्स देमसेल्व्स ओनली ताकि क्लेम्स ना आए. तो दिस विल ब्रिंग डाउन क्लेम एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन कॉस्ट एज वेल बट it's generally discouraging people from claim when they actually need treatment, and it may encourage policyholders to renew their policies as well if discount is not transferable between insurers. Maximum claim payment of 10,000 in any policy year. So यहाँ पर you have limited the insurer's liability resulting in lower claims overall. But अगर policy holder seriously ill है तो insurance cover may actually run out before the treatment is completed. So this it may create bad publicity as well, and insurer will still have to pay all claims, so claim administration expenses will also be high. Next, excess of 1,000 applied to each and every claim. So again, this would excess of 1,000 means कि 1,000 से greater claims होंगे वो ये pass करेंगे. So this will reduce the number of claims, reducing claims administration. Premiums will be more competitive, and but it will discourage people from seeking the treatment when they actually need. So it might get bad publicity as well. So these were the basic questions that we have covered in today's session. Very basic questions just to make you comfortable with each and every type of policy working. We will be doing one more session for these products discussion only, and then we will be commencing with new set of discussion. So with this, we wrap up today's session. Thank you.